our demo this month. So, so yeah, we'll turn it over to him.
All righty. All right, so most of you that are sitting here already saw what I'll be doing. Excuse me. Like I was saying before, I saw a picture of something similar to this online. I thought it was kind of cool, so I figured I'd try and make a couple. So I've kind of learned. I've done 4 of them so far, so this will be number. Well, I lied. I've done 5. One of them I went through the bottom, so I don't count that one. So I kind of learned a little bit each time I did one. The first one, I don't know how well you can see that, but you can see I just kind of scooped it out here and made like a recess and, made the top part. Of course, I dropped it and broke the back off, and I just broke the rest of it off. And so then I decided I was going to hollow it out a little bit. So this guy here, I hollowed it and undercut it a little bit. And instead of making a top, a tenon like that, well, where am I looking?
There you go.
That has a step in it, I made it just curved with a flat that fits into the top. Then I did another one and I hollowed it even deeper and undercut it a little more. And I put a recess on there and did it similar to that, which I like this one the best, I think. So then last night I just did one just to time it and make sure I could do it in the allotted time that I have. So this one here, I actually undercut it considerably more. For the cover before I took it off the lathe. So now this one has like a tenon that fits down in there. And I'm sure by the time this dries, it's not going to fit anymore. So if I do them in the future, what I think I'll do is leave this whole undersize. And then once it dries and moves, then I'll put it back on the lathe, turn it round, and then that way the cover will fit well. So first order of business is just to make it round, and I want to line it up. If you look at this one, I wasn't paying attention. One side's higher than the other. I like to try and make all the points even so it's not crooked, but you can look at this one. I don't know how well it shows on the camera, but it's low on this side, high on this side, so it's not even. So because I just wasn't paying attention. So first thing is I'm going to chuck it up between centers and make it round, and then I'll just try and make it as flat as I can.
Let me know if you want a different view.
All right. All right, I was going to use this stab center, but it's not sticking out enough, so I got another one that's longer that's going to work better for me. Rather than put it in the headstock, I like to just stick it in the vise, makes it easier. I mean, in the chuck. All right, so I'll go with this guy.
I always have trouble getting things on a worm screw. What am I doing wrong?
You have trouble
Getting
putting
a
it
piece
on
of
a worm
wood.
screw or getting it off the worm screw?
I have trouble getting it on.
Well, it could be that you're that the hole you're drilling isn't big enough.
Yeah.
So it's not making its way in. If you have something to measure, if you measure the inside of the threads and you want to drill it something a little bit bigger than that, I mean slightly bigger, so only the threads are cutting, you're not trying to put a solid piece of steel into the wood.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so first thing I'm going to do, probably want to go in the overhead, Tom, because I got it in here loose, and I'm just using my finger. Is that? Oh, there we go. Can I move this?
Yep.
There we go. So I'm just using my finger to get this thing lined up so both high spots are the same, and I can adjust it. That's why I like to go between centers as opposed to a wormwood screw, because then you can adjust. If you use a screw, you have no adjustment. So I get the bark lined up, and if you see, you can see the sapwood versus the heartwood. I like to kind of check that too. So I'm just lining it with my finger and rotate it around. So that looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna crank this in. Where's your, oh, here it is. I like to move it around a little bit, get it loose so I get a good bite. All right, I think that's gonna work. So first thing I do is just make it round and put a 10 in. Then I'm gonna hold in the chuck afterwards. Give this thing a spin so I don't crash. Crank it down, step out of the way. And gotta turn it on first. There we go. Oh yeah. Definitely wear a face shield. All right. All right, just make sure this thing's still tight.
This log is green, right?
Fail, yeah, it came down like the spring, I mean, last fall, but so it's not sopping wet, but it's pretty wet. Now that I got a little balance, I can get a little more speed out of it. That makes this easier. Like normally when I do these natural edge, I'll go the wrong way into the bark because so the bark won't fly off. But I know this wood, actually the bark is on there very well. So I'm not worried about it. All those ones I did, I didn't lose the bark at all until I threw one on the floor. So
Mike, what are you using for a gouge?
one of Doug Thompson's, it's a 1/2 inch bull gouge with like a swept back. With a swept back grind.
Okay.
What's that?
V flute or U flute?
I think this is the V. Is that the V? I still got some flats, so I still got a little ways to go. But actually, before I go any further, like I was saying when I started, like I lined these two ends up, but I want to make sure these two sides are also lined up, and I'm actually looking at that. Actually, it's not bad. So those are also lined up, and then these two edges are pretty good. So that way, when I'm done, it's not going to be lopsided. It's going to be fairly symmetrical. So I just slow my feed rate down when I get close to the back so I don't knock it off. So I still got a little bit of a flat to get rid of there.
Yeah, I'm on mute, so.
Okay, so that's good. Now I just gotta refine the shape a little bit. Try and get a little bit better of a finish because I was just going at it, so it's not, so you can see all that tear out, but that can be fixed. So this is gonna be my tenon to hold in the chuck. So I'm just doing a shear scrape to give myself a good finish. You don't by chance have a, well, actually, maybe if I just put this up high. I'm trying to get my handle down. I'm hitting on,
Oh, I have, the stock rest is in the cage down there. That help?
that big one?
Yep.
Uh,
That was one.
no, I'll just put this up higher. I think I might be able to get it better. You know what? So I'm only switching gouges because that one's probably pretty dull at this point. So I brought a couple of sharp ones just to, so I don't have to resharpen while I'm turning. So if you'll notice, I'm actually turning left-handed at the moment. I recommend everybody teaches themselves to turn from both directions. Because when you get close to the headstock, like if I tried to do what I just did, I'd have to get myself in a corner over here and I wouldn't be able to do it. So just switching hands makes life a lot easier. Okay, so that's pretty good. Yeah, a little bit of work down here. All right, so I'm just going to square up the tenon so I can put it in my chuck. Few chisel just flat on its side. All right, so we're going to call it done. We're going to pretend I sanded it.
You actually fan green wood?
Sometimes I use like the Abernet or whatever. I mean, definitely by the time it dries, you're going to need to sand again. But sometimes I do. But I mean, I get a pretty good finish there without sanding at all. But when it dries, the grain's going to raise up, and they'll probably want to.
Because I don't
sand it a little
sand
bit.
green wood. I don't
What are you
waste my time. I waste enough time on other things.
Hopefully, I didn't make the tenon too small. I don't think I did.
In tomorrow, Bloomberg's Technology Twitter Spaces every Friday.
Oh shit, I did. Oops. Well,
This is
maybe
small
not.
jaws.
Yeah.
I think I get just enough. Yeah. How's that for eyeballing?
Well, for safety's sake, a couple of wraps of masking tape wouldn't hurt if it's that tight.
No, it's actually in there pretty good. Let me see, look. If it comes out, I'll just have Tom catch it.
Nothing in your shop is gonna be damaged by it coming out.
Yeah, let's see it from my house. All right. All right, so now basically it's just like hollowing a natural edge bowl. I'm just trying to get the wood out of the middle. I just want to turn this outside just maybe a 1/4 inch past the bark. Hey, look at that.
That's where a piece of black cardboard sitting on the ways of the lathe would be helpful.
Oh, you probably can't see with that, huh?
No, it's for your own sake, so you
Uh-huh.
can see just where the edge is.
What do you say?
What'd you say, Jim?
I'm suggesting a piece of black cardboard or craft board laying on the ways so that you can really find the outside edge. So when
Oh,
you're
of the
turning it,
bowl?
yeah,
Well, I could see it fine. I just with the light on the camera was just showing like glare. I can see it fine.
okay.
All right, so I'm just down to the box, so I want to get just a little bit deeper inside of here. When you're coming into this corner, I'm at about 45 degrees here, but you definitely need to roll it over when you get to the wall, because if you don't, it's a nasty catch. All right, so that's pretty good. So I'll just take one more cut on here to clean it up. All right, so that's pretty good. So that's the wall thickness I'm going to be shooting for when I start hollowing this out. So I just want to clean that surface up a little bit, and then I'll start hollowing. All right. So now I'll start hollowing that out. Well, I think I forgot.
Hmm.
Or did I? Yeah, I have a little thing for measuring the depth.
Oh.
Do you have anything like that?
Yep.
I mean, I got a mile right now, but.
Here it is.
Oh, yeah, looks just like that, except smaller. So I think I still got a mile here, but I just want to see where I'm at.
I got one of these too, if you want something smaller.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I still got a mile to go. Miles to go before I sleep.
Mike, did you ever have a Vitmark lathe?
A Vic Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one now.
Oh, you do?
Well, I have a Power Mac and a Vic Mark and a Jet. And a jeweler's lathe. But besides that, I don't have any. Why do you ask?
Well, you have a badge on your shirt that says Vitmark
Yeah, your
I
sleeve.
do?
Yeah, on your sleeve.
on the sleeve.
This side.
I did not know that. I bought this at one of the shows or something, because I wanted a light smock, because the other one I have is heavy. I never even noticed that. Who knew?
Because their shipping's pricey.
Yeah, I have one I bought used way back when. I think it's a VL 100, I think. It's like a mini, basically.
Because they're made in New Zealand, right?
What's that?
Vitmark are made in New Zealand.
Yeah, I think you're right. All right, well, that's as far as I'm gonna go with my gouge. I have a couple of hollowing tools, homemade hollowing tools. Actually, I can go deeper, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna go a little bit further with the gouge, and I'm gonna break out the hollowing tools. See, Ron, you got a machinist background. This is my homemade hollowing tool.
Yeah.
I made everything with a high-speed bit that goes in it. It works pretty good though.
How'd you flatten the shaft?
I think I just threw it in I made it so long. I think I just threw it in a milling machine and just
Oh.
milled it down.
Okay, yeah, because most people don't have those in their garage.
No, I don't either, but I had access to them at work, so.
Yeah. I like that.
Works good.
So you can rotate the tool bit?
Yeah, I just loosen it up. I can make it go
Yeah,
straight or
yeah.
sideways or.
Yeah.
I brought my air hose with me.
That works good. I was thinking about getting one.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was, the guy's name. One of the members
It was
had
Gary.
one at Woodcraft. Who?
Yeah,
Gary.
that was me. I had one.
Oh, yeah,
love it.
I had to have it.
Yep, they were awesome.
Works awesome.
Didn't somebody
much-
have one up at the county, up at Sunapee?
Well, it was at like we were doing demos at Woodcraft when I saw it first.
Yeah, I had it at Woodcraft.
How much does it cost?
I don't recall, do you?
29
No.
bucks or something like that.
Yeah, it's not much, you
Wasn't
know.
too bad.
I was just looking at them. They're 29 something, I believe.
Yeah, that's
that
without
Harbor
the,
Freight?
Just for the tool.
yeah, without the battery, yeah.
Yeah.
Ron, is that Harbor Freight?
No,
I think I
no,
got
I
it
haven't
at
looked to
Lowe's.
see if Harbor Freight has one.
Um,
But I have Ryobi stuff, so
yeah. Yeah, it works pretty good.
next visit to Home Depot, I'll probably be getting one.
We should call up Raffin and tell him to get one of these. I was watching a video today. He was doing like this hollow thing, and he said, I don't have an air hose because I have no place for the tank, so I just scrape it out with my fingers. I was like,
Oh,
"Yeah,
Richard,
get one
Richard Raffin. Yeah, Richard
Yeah.
Raffin. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, good thing I checked. I got probably a little less than a quarter there in the middle, so nothing worse than blowing through the side of a bowl when you're doing a demo. Not that I know anything about that.
None of us do.
No, no.
Similar to what my boys.
Yeah, it's when people take the lid off and they can see the light coming through.
Yeah, there you go. So I said, I think just to help avoid possible splitting, I try and make the wall in here about the same as out here.
Yeah.
All right, so that's not too bad.
Not knowing anything about hollowing, how do you present that tool inside the bowl?
Very
The
carefully.
hollowing tool? This tool?
Yes.
Well, this particular one, because it's flat on one edge, that goes flat on the rest. I typically am just about horizontal. If anything, the handle is a little bit higher than the tip, and I try and be right at center, or possibly slightly above center, but typically right about on center. And it's flat on the rest. All right, so I'm thick down there. I'm about good right there. Yeah, I'd go nuts without this little blower because at home I have a compressor. So if I had to get the chips out without my compressor, I'd be very sad. All right, so that's not too bad. Here's another homemade one, Ron.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do the bottom with this.
I could use those calipers, I got 10% off.
All right, so I think that's pretty good. Yeah, maybe a little more. One more cut. You know that expression.
That, I've heard that. I've done that before with regrets. So the top of that tool bit is flat, right?
Yeah, it's just
Okay, so it's
one of the lathe-
basically
one of the lathe
scrapers.
bits, the 3/16
Yeah,
lathe.
yeah, yeah. It's basically scraping.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, one more cut. I hate having it thick in one spot.
It's nice to get rid of the grain tear. And unfortunately, sometimes the bowl's on the floor when you've done it.
You know, Mike, we can't see it. It's not like you can pass it around.
Well, honestly, I really look forward to the days where we can actually have meetings. Half the fun is just meeting with people and I got a bump in there too.
I'm hoping Woodcraft will open up on Thursdays again.
I got one bump right there.
Yeah, but this way you can make obnoxious comments and nobody can hit you.
That's true. That's true.
And vice versa.
I think I got it. Hey, did your unit like this stay on when you pulled the trigger?
Yes.
It does, because I thought I remembered it like you hold the trigger and it will come on as soon as you let go, it will go off, but this one clicks on and clicks off, which I find a little annoying actually.
Yeah, I thought you could just pulse it, but
Well, I think if you just pull it in,
yeah, just
yeah, a little bit.
right. But if you go all the way with it, it's going to stay on. Sure.
Yeah.
That's because it's an inflator. So if you were
Right.
blowing up a big tube,
Yep.
you could
Air
just
mattress.
turn it on and walk away.
Yep.
Yep.
So I screwed this up again, so now I gotta change plans. I just realized, like I was saying the last one, I didn't do the recess, but now I turned this so thin that I don't have room to make a recess. So I guess this one's gonna be like
Tenon.
the tenon type style.
Tenon
with,
lid.
Yeah, like
There you go.
Yeah.
like that type of
Yeah.
thing, because I didn't leave enough meat there to make a recess. So that's all right.
Design opportunity.
Exactly. So I guess I'll make this wall straight now. All right. Chucky. So we'll flip this around. Turn the bottom. See, I'm wondering, because I was saying about letting it dry, move, and then return it. I'm afraid to leave a tenon on there because I'm afraid the bottom will crack.
Hollow the tenon out.
Oh yeah, I could do that. The other thing I was thinking is turn it down to like maybe 1/8 of an inch.
Yeah.
Because you really don't need a lot of holding just to return that little lip. So if I take the thickness in half, maybe that would do it. But
if you had hollowed out the tenon,
yeah, that's a good idea.
That would do the same thing.
Yeah.
The thing is, by taking off the tenon is going to make it tough to remount it later.
Right, right.
And actually, a vacuum chuck probably won't work because it'll be distorted too much.
It actually did. I turned all three of those with the vacuum chuck. It wasn't the best hold in the world, but it held enough to do that.
So you had a bit of cushion on your vacuum.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
And did you turn them within a day?
what it,
That's scratch.
oh no, it was a couple of days.
But there's a whole bucket
Okay,
of
so they definitely moved some.
them down.
That's what I want right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Already
Oh yeah,
tendons on them.
absolutely. Yeah, I just want something to make a.
Okay, some already have tendons on them.
Yeah, this does.
Oh, it does, okay.
Yep.
You're all set then.
And this is soft too, which I like.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna make a jam chuck out of this and go between centers again to do this bottom.
I just looked up that blower that you have with.
What about it?
With the charger and battery, it's $89 at Home Depot.
Oh wow. Somehow, I guess I blocked it out of my mind. I don't remember paying that much, but I
Did you
guess
buy
I
the
Oh,
did.
battery?
If you
I
already
bought-
have the
bought-
battery and charger, it's only 20 some odd bucks.
Tool only is 38.
38. Okay.
So, for those that haven't done this, I don't know what everybody's experience is, but basically I'm making like a half a donut. So I'm putting a little radius on there and I'm making a recess in the front. My mother's calling me. I'll call her back. She's 86. She's not going anywhere. Yeah, so basically you're just making it round. So regardless of the shape of this, it's gonna set all the way around, have purchase all the way around. Yeah, that's
You're
good.
going to put a piece of foam or paper towel or something?
I am. I think I remembered that. I thought I just saw it.
Home or?
I have oh, here it is. It's
Yeah.
shelf liner. I'll just stick that puppy in there. I don't want to whack you. Right, I'm done with that. I'll put that there. I'm done with that for the moment. Put that there.
So, Mike, I call those friction drives.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's probably a better word for it. What that?
That's how I do my three-legged bowls.
I don't know if I've seen those. I haven't been around long enough.
There's a YouTube video, but it's tough to watch. Tom's lathe is moving. Everything's bouncing.
I don't have a ton of concrete on.
It's a really tough video to watch.
So, again, for those less experienced, I don't know what everybody's experience is. I left the mark that I used when I originally turned it between centers. So I can just line up with that. And I'm right on center again, and it should, but I like to give it a little spin. It kind of helps center a little bit. And by rights, yeah, that's not bad. Got a little bit of a wobble, but not too bad. Oh, but one thing I should do, which I didn't do, sometimes forget to do, is check the thickness of the bottom here before I start hacking away at it and make another funnel. All right. Yeah, I got about a ½ inch, so that's fine. I gotta be careful the cat don't attack me when I reach over there. The reason it's so mean is Tom always pulls its ears when it's not looking.
She's the grudging acceptance right now.
And Mike, if you'd have put in a like a 45-degree chamfer on that drive piece,
Yeah,
it would and it were larger than the bottom, it would automatically center itself.
oh yeah, that's true.
Okay,
Yeah, it would
you know,
have to
just
be, but on
Yeah.
this, I couldn't, it would have to be,
well, a good radius that's larger than the bottom, so it's hitting on a tapered wall.
yeah, but then you'd have to, with something that's closed like this, that would be kind of tough to do, wouldn't it?
No,
'Cause
no,
the
no, no.
45, you'd be
What
hitting on
I'm
either
saying
a
is that
corner.
the outside edges want to be bigger than the flat bottom, so
Oh,
that
right,
way
right.
it hits on an angle, so it self-centers itself.
Oh yeah, well, that's true.
Which you're probably doing that because your bottom's not flat, right?
No, it's round, but in
Okay,
the,
okay. So it's
the,
hitting on the radius of the bottom, so that
exactly, yeah.
self-centers it. Yeah.
Or is it glaring?
Yeah.
Oh, way too slow. All right, so I'm just making that flat. And you know, good. Brought a spindle gouge, who knew? All right. So I'm just gonna recess this a little bit. And then I have a miniature homemade skew chisel that works great for doing these bottoms because I can reach in there. Something feels
Like
weird.
if you had jaws the right size, that little bit of a recess you did would be enough to rechuck it.
Oh, that's true too, if I go a little
Expansion
bit
mode.
deeper. But then again,
Yeah.
that wouldn't be round either by the time I go to rechuck it.
But if you left that knob on there, you could do that without an issue.
I suppose that's true. A little bit more. A little bit of detail. We'll call that good. And then I can just use this guy. Skew chisel's a wonderful thing. You can use it for so much. All right, so that is the main body of it. And now on to the cover. So I brought normally I just start with a little block, but these are the remnants of two of the other covers I did. So I can just use one of these to get another cover out of it. And I think I'm going to go with this. This is white oak that goes pretty good with the red oak. And yeah, I got a million of those sitting around home too. You never know when you're going to need one. It's funny, you get used to your own lathe. Like I have a magnet right there. I usually stick my key on there. I went to,
Yeah, mine's down below my Nova one.
oh yeah. All right, so this has got a little flat, so hopefully I'll be able to make this round and still be big enough. So we'll see. Oh, yeah. No problem. Normally I'd have something to measure with, but I, of course, left everything home. Actually, I
Tom,
do have.
I'm sure has some calipers.
I
Yeah.
just remembered. I think I have some dividers in here.
You said they are up here.
Oh, there they are. So this will get me close. And again, because this thing's going to really move, I'm going to have to make it loose the goose anyway. So. Yeah, I still got a little ways to go. So I'm just going to touch the left side and hopefully mark the right side. Nope, nope. All right. So that's about the size I'm shooting for. See, I can turn my bottom with that, Ron. I'll never get it off. All right, so I'm going to loosen that up just a little bit. Actually, I'm going to use this guy. All right, so a little bit of an overhang. And I actually wanna, because I'm doing it this way, and this top is crowned, so I'm gonna wanna undercut that a little bit. All right. So obviously this is gonna be the inside. If you're wondering why I'm turning downhill, it's just because I was too lazy to adjust the tool rest. Yeah, wrapping does kind of inspire you to use scrapers more, huh?
Well, I use scrapers a lot, but I ended up buying a couple of SKUs to, one for a shear scraper and one for a large radius scraper.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, I use my SKU more than actual scrapers.
Yeah, a good regular SKU works good on the outsides.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So have you tried his hollowing method?
His what?
His hollowing method for something like this. Only thing he's talking for end grain work.
Well, I
Where-
watched that video today, and he didn't use any hollowing tools. He used just his scrapers and
A
and,
3/8
and
is a
gouges.
spindle gouge. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is he goes in, makes like an inch hole, and then he uses the edge of the 1 inch hole to do the hollowing.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
As a fulcrum point for and actually
that
it works
back
out real well where
hole.
he's actually cutting on the opposite side of the hollow.
Yeah, that back hollowing, I think he calls
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I've tried it. I haven't mastered it.
I haven't tried it yet.
When it works, it works.
Yeah, and
But
then
I-
you just open the end up afterwards.
Exactly. Yeah. And Tom said, and when it doesn't, it's exciting.
Well, the thing is that I believe he gets a good finish.
Yeah, put on, 10.
A good time.
Jeopardy. Whoop. Oh, okay. Yep.
So
I'm
that's
done with
gonna-
this anyways. Yeah.
Just gonna break that edge a little bit. So save me a little bit of turning on the other side.
yeah.
I'm just gonna part this off.
You're gonna use that
We
step
got my
to chuck
name
it?
up there. But now it's you and I and B307. Well, it's all right. I can leave it there. It doesn't matter. No, that's fine. I just pointed it out. That's all.
All right. So we're getting there. So the inside is done. We should probably check that, huh? I probably should have taken a little more off, but that's okay.
Hey,
It was
just
perfect and then it shrunk.
leave it on there when it dries. That way it'll be a perfect fit. No, I'm only kidding.
All right, so you know what I'm gonna do? Do I? Yeah. Let's see. Let's get that out of there. I wonder if I can get away with this. Let's just see. If this don't work, it's Tom's fault. I thought I already had it loose, but I don't think this is gonna work.
Need some bigger jaws on my,
Huh? Yep.
Well, you could always use the hole that you're gonna put in for your knob to remount it to turn it down a touch.
Oh, I suppose that's true. Actually, what I can do. Let me
Make a
do
little
this.
tenon.
Yep. Just go easy so I don't mess up that surface. Well, actually, I'm going to turn that surface, so I don't care if I mess it up a little bit. All right. Well, there's a will, there's a way. See, told you it fit. All right. Try again. Well, I was gonna do a, well, I'll let you guys decide. Do it. I was gonna do a jam chuck. I got this guy, and I was gonna make a jam chuck and turn it that way. But actually, I can probably put this right in the jaws. This is pretty hard work. I mean, hard wood. So I can probably get away with just doing it this way. So what do you think?
Go for it, Richard.
Do you call me Richard?
Yeah. Because Raffin does that all the time.
Oh, right. All right. I taught him everything he knows.
So by watching him, I've picked up a lot of little cheats that actually work well. So
So far, so good. Did anybody ever tell you never move the tool rest with the lathe running? See, again, like I said, I just do it so automatically. Switching hands makes such a difference because if I was trying to do what I just did, I have to come way over here and it's very awkward. If we just switch hands, it just makes it easy.
yeah. Plus, when the tool rest hits the jaws, it bounces out no problem.
Let me take a look at this afterwards. I haven't sent it.
Not my tool rest.
Is it your chuck?
It's my chuck.
Yeah.
They're more expensive than the tool rest.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna drill a little hole for the finial. Just giving myself a start point.
Now, how thick is that cover?
I don't know.
Are you going to drill through for the finial?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Can I see that one? That one? Is it through? No, the other one. The other one with the black. Sometimes like this one here, sometimes I don't go through, sometimes I do.
Yeah.
This one here I went through and left a little
No.
sort of a little
Yeah.
point there, which kind of adds a little touch sometimes. But like the other one I did that had the ebony finial, actually I think it's African blackwood. That one I didn't go through. So
Well, the only reason I'm asking is because that lid doesn't look very thick.
I think
So,
it's probably about a quarter.
okay, well, that's not much glue surface to hold the knob in.
That's true. So let's see what happens. Let's see if I go through or not. You don't have a like a marker, do you? Like a
Yep.
ballpoint? I mean, not ballpoint, a Sharpie or something. I just want to mark about a quarter of an inch and see if it goes through. If it doesn't, I might not go through it. Tom's fetching me a pen.
Is that a flat bottom drill or just a 60-degree drill?
That's just a regular 118 degree.
There is gauge. Isn't there marking on the quill for your depth?
Well, I'm marking. Thank you. I'm marking from the corner. I'm not counting the point because I want to see if I can get to where I just marked, then I'll probably stop if I didn't go through. But if I start to go through, well,
Okay,
I'll
but what I'm
probably,
saying is,
just go all the way through.
on my lathe, there's marking on the quill. So
Yeah,
once
there
you
is.
got
It is on there.
once you got the corner of the drill touching it, then you have the quill to measure how deep you're going.
Yeah, that's true. I could have done that. Wonder if I started through. All right. So I think we'll leave it at that. Yep, look at that, no hole. All right, so gotta switch chucks. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have had those shots before I came. Oh yeah, I put it under there. So, not sure. I think I have a little piece of U here. I think that might go good on there. So we'll try that. So I'm not sure how well this will go with the oak, but we'll see. And I'm doing it. I don't know if it's backwards or what, the way I'm gonna do this is I'm actually gonna turn the little spigot that's gonna go into the cover first and then turn the finial past that. So it works, whether it's good or bad or indifferent, I don't know. It's just the way I do it.
Looks good.
I didn't need that top anyway. All right, so I just threw the cover on the floor, but on the bright side, I got it fit. You see it? Did it fall over here? There it is. I got it. All right. I love you. Wait, let me rephrase that. I love the wood you. Um, it's just such nice wood to turn and it's nice to look at. All right. So just trying to decide how I want to do this. All right. All right, so that's not too bad. Yeah. All right. So I kind of like that shape.
This is nice. We don't normally see skew work.
It's become my favorite tool.
Good for you. It still scares me.
Yeah,
Ron, you read my mind. I was thinking the same thing. I stay away from it, but seeing him use it like that kind of gets me
Well, you know,
thinking about.
I tell everybody, like I said, once you get it, you'll be using it all the time. 'Cause it's like you can, make tenons with it. You can do stuff like this with it. Like I use it to rough square it around. I mean, you just do a peeling cut and just.
Yeah.
To me, I can do it quicker with a skew than I can do with a roughing gouge or spindle roughing gouge. But that finish, I mean, really, I probably don't even have to sand that,
Yeah.
which is the beauty of a skew.
Well, okay, you got me thinking about it again.
Alan Lacer would be proud.
Alan Batty would be too, God bless his soul.
He would what?
Alan Batty would be proud too.
All right, so I don't know. Is that
Sorry, wrong one.
Hey, look, it's Tom.
There we go.
This guy? Oh, this
Yep.
guy. Oh, is that
Looks
one?
good.
Oh,
Looks good.
but yeah, proportions not too bad, huh? All right.
Very
So
nice.
there it is. So, like I said, I mean, these things can be awesome. I mean, I've seen pictures of some beautiful stuff. But I think the trick is, like I said, turn it like this, let it dry good, then go back in, rechuck it, however which way you do it, whether it be on a vacuum or leave a tenon or whatever, and then do a nice opening so you have a nice fit. But they're pretty cool. And this has no finish or sanding, but
Yeah.
once it's sanded up and finished, they can be quite nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Anyway,
So, so Mike, what will you put for a finish on that?
I've been putting just using I've been using that Howard's what is it?
Right here. On
The
the stool.
oh, there it is. The feeding wax and stuff.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a very durable finish, but it doesn't have all the stinky solvents and things
yeah.
like that. So for
Yeah.
demos and stuff, it works great. So you can put stuff on it, and it actually has beeswax and orange oil. Maybe I'll throw a little bit on here. I brought paper towels with me just in case.
I love that Richard Raffin only sands to 240. Then he goes to beeswax.
It sounds like you might have watched the same video I did recently.
I've watched.
like a
I've probably
hollow
watched about
vessel?
15 of them so far. You didn't glue that knob in.
No, I just stuck it in there for now.
Yeah.
But it's just a demo piece.
Yeah.
My son's girlfriend keeps trying to get me to give her one of these ones I made. So I haven't decided which one to give her yet. Plus, I love the smell of this stuff. Have you used it?
I have citrus solvent that I use instead of paint in our mineral spirits.
Oh yeah, but
And
it's nice.
you know,
It smells like breakfast.
yeah, it smells like orange. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, just the bare wood that I just had, did I sand that? I sanded a little bit. I mean, I think I hit it. I think it was 150. I just found in my bag there. But
Yeah, looks good.
shows up the grain. Might as well throw a little bit on here while I'm at
Well,
it.
thank you. It was a joy to watch,
Yeah.
especially
Thank you.
the skew.
I was a little nervous. For quite a while, I didn't do a lot of turning, and I've been getting back into it since, like, when I moved to Maine. Now I have a 3-car garage that I have all my stuff in, so I can move around. I was in my wet basement, and so it was harder to get motivated to go down and turn when it's musty and stuff everywhere. And but yeah, even just putting this stuff on there. Normally I'd use, if I was gonna put a normal oil, I'd use like antique oil or Danish oil.
Yeah,
Okay, you put it up,
yeah.
put it on,
But
I think it's on that channel.
Probably is.
what's that?
I'm gonna copy it for you.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna
pay
copy.
attention to me.
Looks very nice.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
My next project, which I haven't done one yet, maybe if it works out, down in the future or something, I can do it. But have you seen those people making the passive speakers for iPhones or for
Yeah.
smartphones? So I'm thinking about trying one of those just for fun. Basically, it's basically like making a funnel with that you don't go through the bottom. No, my luck, I'll go through the bottom.
Yeah, I made one. I didn't like it.
Oh no, it didn't work well, or
Yeah, it was all right. I just didn't like it.
Didn't fit in your pocket well enough?
The thing I made once in my pocket, I'll tell you that. No.
yeah, that's better. Yeah, now it
Very
looks
nice, Mike.
looks almost like a turning.
Very nice, Michael.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
very nice, Michael.
Thank you. And that be that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Great job.